Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I'm continuing my exploration of the trading card game Ward. Let's shed some light on the situation here. And those of you following my channel know that I've been having quite a good time with this game. And I promised another playthrough video with those decks that I semi-randomly put together the other day. And so these two have not met at all. You saw in the last one, those Man Owl versus Man Owl. Neither of these is those decks. And also, these decks may have been played at Game Society. I'm not sure. Anyway, but they've never been here on camera, so you're in for a treat. Okay, so I'm not going to necessarily explain how the game goes. Those of you that have been paying attention to the channel know how that works pretty much. And those of you that don't, welcome to the channel and welcome to Ward. I think you'll pick it up as you see the game video go. You can also go ahead and watch some of my other videos where I build decks, play games with Ward. If card games aren't necessarily your thing, I got role-playing games and miniatures games, mostly solo, up on my channel, so go check those out. All right, in the meantime, we're going to get started on this battle and get to it. So these have been shuffled thoroughly. So each side is going to draw 5 cards. All right, then they're going to determine who is going to go first. The khaki die will be this side always. Khaki, that side's going first. So they're going to play a creature from their hand. They're going to come out of the gate strong. So I'm going to play out a Shadow Demon. Let's see how this all plays out on the camera. It's his turn. That's a turn card. Not going to play any of his magic cards, and so that will end his turn for the first turn because there's no battle or drawing of cards on the first turn. All right, so they see and put out the speed 8. So we're going to put out, this side is going to put out the Griffin, who has a speed 8, so they'll have to roll off to see who will be able to attack first. And this player is going to add Sword of the Grove to the Griffin, which will give it +5 attack. All right, I think everything's on camera, looking good. All right. Okay, so let's see what happens. That's it. So we pass the turn. Now this side, the demon side, gets to go. It's got an attack beacon. If it puts the attack beacon down, it will benefit its side, but it will not benefit the Griffin's side. So that's good. All right. Also, we're going to put down the ball and chain. It's going to play the ball and chain on the Griffin. So the Griffin speed is now 2. So that means the demon will be striking first. And just because it's overpowerful, the Griffin or the demon player is going to play Magic Eater and destroy all magic cards on the opponent's side of the field. Could have saved that when it had a lot of cards out, but didn't like the +5 attack damage. That would have been really bad. So set its hand to the side, and now it can initiate a battle. And since the ball and chain is on the Griffin, that means the Shadow Demon is going to go first. Let's up their life totals first here. All right, so the Shadow Demon starting with 60 hit points, and the Griffin with 80. You never know how these battles are going to go, though, folks, so let's see what happens. All right, so Shadow Demon attacks first. In the game, you don't necessarily have to tap the creatures. I just do it to help so I don't get confused, especially playing solo, playing two-handed, as they say. All right, so the Shadow Demon is going to attack, and that is 2 dice +1 to hit. So that's a 9, hits armor class 8 or 9. 8 or higher, hits the Griffin. Rolls 3 dice +1 for that, 4 dice. 4 dice +1 damage. So pretty decent, 15 damage to the Griffin. All right, Griffin gets to strike back. 2 dice +5. That is a 15 total. Definitely hits the armor level of 6 on the Shadow Demon. Rolls 2 dice +5 damage. And gets 17 damage. That is nice. Nice hit, Griffin. All right, so that will end the Shadow Demon's turn, and play passes to the Griffin. Well, that's not going to help against the creatures currently against. All right, it's going to play out an exorcism. 2 times damage all creatures with demon in their name or demon type, and that is a demon. Both demon type and shadow demon name. So that is going to increase the damage times 2, which is going to be sweet. So the Griffin is going to initiate a battle, but the shadow demon speed, which is better now currently because of the ball and chain, will go first. 2 dice plus 1. That's 6, 7. Fails to hit. So now the Griffin strikes back and gets +5 to hit. And that is 15 to hit. That's definitely a hit, and gets 2 dice plus 5 damage times 2. So that's 7, 12, 24 damage on the demon. All right. So that's it for magic cards on his side. So he passes the turn over to the shadow demon, who draws a card. Dragonfire, destroy all magic cards on the field. Since that exorcism is really messing him up, he's going to play that and destroy all magic cards on the field. All right, which will bring us now to his turn, which they now have a tied speed. And the demon will attack first. 2 dice plus, oh man, does not hit the Griffin. So the Griffin strikes back at 2 dice plus 5. That's a 12, definitely a hit, and 2 dice plus 5 damage. So that is 12 damage. This demon is not long for the prime material plane. All right, pass turn over to the Griffin player. Doing really well. So the magic card he has in his hand is not going to help, so he's just going to go straight to attacks. So we're going to roll to see who attacks first. Looks like it's the demon again. So the demon will attack. Hits this time. 3 dice plus 1. Not great. 5, 6 damage only. And then the Griffin will return strike and hits at 12. That's definitely a hit. And 2 dice plus 5 damage. That is an 11 to the demon. Wait, did I take that? Did I take the wrong damage off when he hit? Oh no. Did I take the damage off the demon? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Well, guess what? I'm just going to have to play it as it is. I can't remember because I'm so far in my head right now. We're going to say the demon is done. The demon goes out. That's 60 into its cemetery. I'll have to watch that video back later and see if I made the right decision or not. I'm usually pretty good about it. That's why. But like for some reason, I kind of glitched out a little bit based on the life that they had there. All right, hopefully I didn't make a mistake there, but if I did, I apologize immediately to the demon player. They're going to play out, they're going to go for broke. They're going to get rid of this big buck for 50 into their cemetery. So I'll take it to 111. And then put out this black dragon. Now, the black dragon, during your turn, roll 1 die. If the result was 6, your opponent must skip their next turn. That's pretty nasty. All right, so this goes up to 100, but also it's during their turn, so in the secondary magic phase, I guess we're going to roll it. I think I'm allowed to do that. All right, so doesn't skip a turn, so the play passes. So it's armor 10, so I'm actually going to put out the common gloves on the Griffin. And so the Griffin is going to attack the dragon. I believe the dragon has the higher speed. So the dragon is going to go first. And that is 2 dice plus 3. 4, 7. Does not hit the Griffin. Yikes. All right, the Griffin strikes back. 2 dice plus 5. That is a critical hit. Double the damage. Griffin does not like the dragon. That's 2 dice plus 5 damage times 2. Oh my gosh. That's 1734 damage right out of the gate. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's epic. All right. He's going to pass turn over to the dragon player. He's going to draw a card, and he gets a creature he currently cannot use. I mean, he could if he wanted to, but he's not going to. This dragon's going to roll a d6. If it's a 6, nope. The griffin does get its turn, and the dragon is going to initiate an attack and gets to attack first because its speed is better. 2 dice plus 3. That is a 5, 8, so it does hit the griffin this time. It rolls 3 dice plus 3 damage. That is 7, 8, 11 damage off of the griffin. Griffin strikes back, 2 dice plus 5. That's a hit for sure. 3 dice plus 5 damage. Oh my gosh, this griffin is on fire. That's 22 damage to the dragon. Wow, he does not like that dragon at all. All right, so we're gonna pass turn. You know what? He's gonna put down this hero shield too, give him an armor class of 12. Armor level of 12. So the griffin's gonna initiate an attack, but the dragon goes first. Dragon rolls 2 dice plus 3, 9, 12, so that is a hit. So good on the dragon. Rolls 3 dice plus 3 damage. Oh, it's getting its licks in now. That's 20 damage. 20 damage to the griffin. Ouch. Griffin strikes back. 2 dice plus 5. Uh-oh, this time starting to run out of gas over there, Griffin. 8. Nope. Nope, no magic cards to play. So passes turn to the dragon player who draws a card. All right, that's good. Dragon's going to attack. Dragon's speed is better. 2 dice plus 3. That's 7, 10. Currently his armor level is 12 over here with the griffin, so that does not hit. The griffin returns attack. 2 dice plus 5. 8, 13. That is a hit and does 2 damage plus 5 damage. That is 8. I keep forgetting to add this 3, but I haven't needed it. 8 plus 5 is 13 off of the dragon. So this has been a pretty vicious battle so far. All right, so that's going to pass turn over to the griffin player, who draws another creature. Lots of creatures in hand, but that's all right. Pulled some advantageous magic cards. So the griffin is going to initiate an attack. The dragon attacks first because the speed is better. 4 plus 3 is 7. Does not hit the armor level of 12 on the griffin. So the griffin will strike back. 2 dice plus 8 to hit. 3, 11. So thank goodness for that plus 8. So it actually hit. 2 dice plus 5 damage. That is 6, 11 damage off of the dragon. All right. So that's it for the griffin player's turn. So he passes turn over to dragon, who draws a card and gets himself a advantageous magic card. So we're going to keep this one up, face up in his hand to remind me to play it when the triggering event happens. And in the meantime, the dragon player is going to initiate an attack since its speed is better. It rolls 2 dice and adds 3 to the attack. 7, 10, not enough to get to the 12 that he needs to hit the griffin. So the griffin will strike back, rolls 2 dice plus 8 to hit. That is a critical damage. Play this card when your opponent lands a hit, negate the attack, reduce the attacking creature's modifier to +0 for 1 turn cycle. So that was one of the most advantageous sticky goo plays in all of Ward the card game history, I am sure, because that would have been utterly devastating. And in the meantime, this little +5 is actually a plus, I guess it's +8. It doesn't say base modifier, so I'm going to say entire modifier to hit is 0. And it's 0 to damage. I think that's the way I should play it, because it doesn't say base, and some cards say base, so that's what I'm going to go with. So play passes to the griffin player. All right, the griffin player. If only it had had this card in hand a second ago. Oh well. Griffin player initiates an attack. The dragon player attacks. 2 dice plus 3. That is a 6, 9. The cat's playing with one of my rubber bands. 6, 9. That is not enough to hit the griffin. The griffin will strike back, but at +0. And rolls an 8, which is not enough to harm the dragon. So now we pass back, and I believe the black dragon still has the advantage of the sticky goo until the end of his combat, and then the sticky goo will go away. So, draws a card. Nice. And trying to decide whether they should just... No, dragon's going to strike. Dragon goes first. 2 dice plus 3, trying to hit 12. Oh my gosh, did D6 damage to itself. It really got shaken. Its confidence is just shaken. It's shot. The Griffin will strike back still at +0 and gets a 5 and misses. All right, so that ends the sticky goo effect, and the Dragon player will pass turn over to the Griffin player. The Griffin player shall draw a card. All right, now that he has attack modifier back, he's going to put out the Career Buccaneer and give a +6 to hit and attack modifier on the Griffin. So he's at +11, +14 to hit. So unless he rolls a critical fail, he cannot miss. And he's rolling a buttload of damage. And I think this might be the end for the Dragon. So he is going to initiate an attack. The Dragon is going to attack. 2 dice, +3, 5, 8. Not enough to get past the Hero Shield armor. So now the Griffin shall attack back. And unless it rolls Snake Eyes, it's going to hit. It hits. 2 dice, +11. So that's 4, 15. Look at that. Almost took out the Dragon. Almost took it out. All right. So the Griffin is passing turn. Dragon player is drawing a card. All right. He's going to play Smokescreen. The equipped creature is going to equip the Griffin. The equipped creature can only roll 1 hit die for 2 turn cycles. All right, in the meantime, I think they're going to scrap the Black Dragon because he's pretty much dead. He's going to take a risk and bring out the Behemoth. The Behemoth comes out. It's got 3 dice +4 to hit. And they go up another 100, so because the Dragon went to the cemetery. All right, and yeah, okay. All right, so that's for the next 2 turn cycles. So we're in 1 turn cycle now. Yeah, okay. So we're in the midst of half of a turn cycle. All right, so the Behemoth will get to attack, has a speed of 6, so the Griffin will attack first, but it only gets to roll 1 hit die. But it does have... This is still part of his turn cycle. So for the Career Buccaneer. So he still has a +18 to hit. No. Yes. +6, 11, 14. +14 to hit. That's a 17, so that's a hit. All right. Now the damage is going to be the usual. 2 dice +11, 14. So that's 7. 7. Wait, make sure it's 14. 11. 11. It's only 11. So 8, 19. So this is at 81. All right. Okay. All right. So the Behemoth now will strike back. The Behemoth gets 2 dice +4. And that is 12. Hits. That was good. And then rolls 3 damage dice +4. So that's 8, 9, 13 off of the Griffin. Hasn't felt pain in a while, and now it has. So that's it for the Behemoth player. Passing turn. I believe the Career Buccaneer was there. I think they said end of combat in the rules, so I think he's got the Career Buccaneer. So he had it for combat. He had it for combat. Comes back. Maybe it's gone. It doesn't seem fair to have 2 1-turn cycle. I'm going to say that was a turn cycle. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. It's kind of... I think they say turn cycle are at the end of combat, but then again, I don't know if that means when it... if it matters when you play the card, whether... I don't know. I'm going to say that he does not have access to it. All right, so he's going to play Wings of the Beast. Take flight for 1 turn cycle. The equipped creature cannot be attacked by any creature without wings. So the Behemoth will not be able to attack the Griffin for a turn. All right. Then he's going to play out Time Melt. while this card is on the field, lightning cards got to be played by either player. Now he's going to initiate an attack, and he goes faster than the demon. And he is still rolling 1 die. 2 plus 7, 12. So he does hit. And he rolls 2 dice plus 5. So 9, 14. So 14 off of the behemoth. And then the behemoth will strike back. 2 dice plus 4. That is 8, 12. That's a hit. And then does 3 dice plus 4 damage. That is 8, 10, 14 damage. Almost took out the Griffin. All right, going to pass turn. And I think it gets it for 1 more turn cycle for this smoke screen. I don't know. So, yeah, the turn cycle thing is throwing me off here for some reason. I don't know why. I think I'll have it for the rest of this combat, then it'll go away. I guess. I don't know. But that's not quite what I did with the Griffin, but or is it? I just don't know. I'm a little confused. He can't take damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's get him a card. Ooh. Lightning card cannot be played thanks to the Time Melt. And he has this for until it's his turn and it goes away, I think. So he's not even going to attack because he can't attack. So he's not going to do an attack, so he's going to pass turn. Now this goes away, I think. That goes away, I think. And then the Griffin player pulls a card. Of course, it's a lightning card. So in a way, he's hurting himself. They're going to scrap him. All right, I'm going to try this card because I've never played it. So we're going to sack the Griffin, add 80 to the cemetery. I can't believe that's the first monster to go into the cemetery for this side. It's been a lopsided battle up to this point, but I'm sure the tides of Ward will shift. All right, we're going to put out the Electroloon. We had sacrificed the Griffin to do so. Tribute. I don't know if they call it tribute or not. I think we should call it a sacrifice just to be safe. All right, so the Electroloon. Now, all creatures on the opposing side of the field are stunned and cannot battle or return attack. At the beginning of their turn, we roll a die. The result is 1 and 2. The effect ends. So we'll see what that die is going to have. What's going to happen to that die? All right, here we go. It's not the beginning of their turn. Never mind. We're going to attack. So they can't attack or return attack. So the Electroloon is just going to be able to attack it. And so he attacks 2 dice plus 3. He got a 13. That's a hit. And he does 2 dice plus 3 damage. Feather Shock. 4, 7 damage to the demon. I mean, to the behemoth. All right, so the behemoth now, it's going to be his turn. He rolls a d6. Yep, there it is. That goes away. He is no longer stunned. And he draws a card. And Irresistible Love comes out. Boom. The opponent cannot damage or use magic during your opponent's turn. They may roll 1 die if he rolls a 1-3. That card has proven to be my bane in the past. So the behemoth is going to return attack. Wait a second. No. It's going to initiate attack. And the loon is faster. Oh my goodness. So that is 6, 9. It does not hit. Now the behemoth will attack. Cannot cause damage. It can attack, but can't cause damage. And probably can't cause damage to itself either. Now the behemoth's going to attack back at plus 4, 5, 9. That is just enough to hit. Does 3 dice plus 4 damage. 13, 17 damage to the Electroloon. All right, now past turn. Now the Electroloon has to roll, draws a card. It has to roll a 1 to 3 to end the Irresistible Love, and does not do it. Like I said, my history with that card is not good. Okay, it's not good. All right, so the Electroloon is not going to initiate an attack because it cannot hurt it and it cannot cast any magic. So play passes to the Behemoth player, who also has a time melt. Not going to use that because that would be redundant, and is going to initiate an attack on the Electroloon. Now the Electroloon can attack first, and even if it damages itself, it's not going to do damage, so I'm just not going to roll it up because it'll all be moot. And now the Behemoth will attack. 2 dice plus 4. 6, 10, that's enough, and does 3 dice plus 4 damage. 11, 12, 16 damage. All right, and then play passes to the Electroloon, draws a card, see if the Irresistible Love does end. Thank goodness. All right, now we're good. All right, so I pulled out this card here. I'm going to save that, I guess. I'm going to put out the Future Warrior. Equipped creature can see the future. Negate opponent's creature damage for a single battle of your choosing. Send this card to the cemetery after negation. So I can wait and see what the damage is going to be. If I don't like this look of the damage, I can sack him to make sure that it does not happen. Very nice. All right. So Electroloon is going to initiate an attack. And the end is faster than the Behemoth. So the Electroloon attacks at 2 plus 3. Oh, it's double damage. Double damage. Yikes. All right, 2 dice plus 3, double damage. In the meantime, also, it's going to play Cure Minor Wounds. During battle, play this card from your hand, roll 2 dice, heal the creature. However, it's going to play Hell Hath No Fury. Play this card from your hand when your opponent activates a lightning card. Take away half the remaining hit points of their primary creature. This card cannot be negated. Oh, so Hell Hath No Fury can't negate itself. Ah, good. All right, so half. We're going to round. All right, so it'd be 13. I'll just say it's 14. Okay. And does not heal itself. That was nasty. Nasty. All right, anyway, so the attack is still happening. Rolling 2 dice plus 3 damage. That's 8, 11. Now the Behemoth attacks back. 2 dice plus 4. 6, 10, that's a hit, and does 3 dice plus 4 damage. And that is enough to end it. However, I'm going to use the Future Warrior and going to negate that creature damage for a single battle of your choosing, which is this is it here. So that damage does not happen. So play passes to the Behemoth player. Okay. Here we go. Draws a card. Woo. Puts out Forest Fire. Once per turn cycle, your opponent must roll a die. If the result is 4 to 6, destroy this card. 1 to 3, opponent's creature takes 10 damage. All right, I like that. I like it a lot. All right, so he is going to initiate an attack, and the Electroloon is faster. Once during turn cycle, your opponent must roll a die. So we'll have him do it now. 6, destroy this card. Good. And now he's going to attack. 2 dice plus 3. 6, 9. Oh, just missed. Just missed. The Behemoth attacks back. 2 dice plus 4 damage. Or 2 to hit. 6 plus 4 is 10. And then does 3 dice plus 4 damage. That's 10, 13. Plus 4, 17. So that does end the Electroloon's life. And that goes up to 140. And then must immediately put out a creature. What do I want to do? We're gonna bring out the big nasty. Gonna bring out the Bronto, but I have to sack one of these guys. Guess I'll sack. This one's better armor, better speed. All right. Puts 40 into, so we're up to 180. All right. And so, gonna pass turn. going to put out, oh my gosh, Time Melt. Electric cards cannot be played. I should not be able to play those lightning cards. I'm not backing it up. Time Melt has melted. Oh my gosh. That's sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'm not the best opponent to myself. I'm just going to say that that got negated because that is just too... I mean, unless I keep it on, I just don't play anymore. And like those lightning... Yeah, let's just keep it out. Those lightning spells that got through, they were like through some kind of time warp. Yeah, that's it. And so those happened, but it kind of was beneficial to both sides. So, okay. No harm, no foul. But I got to remember no lightning. Anyway, this Bronto is going to initiate an attack. Its speed is 1. So the Behemoth is going to go first. Get this guy's life up to 110. It's pretty big. All right, so the Behemoth attacks. 2 dice plus 4. 6, 10. That is a miss. Now the Bronto shall attack back. 2 dice plus 7. 6, 13. So that is a hit and does 2 dice plus 7 damage. That is 8, 14 damage. All right, that's it for the Bronto player. Pass to the Behemoth player. Behemoth player draws a card. Ooh, that'll be good, but it's a lightning card. No lightning cards allowed to be played. So I'm going to set that off to the side so I don't forget. And then he has a lightning card too. And I'm going to set this one off to the side so I won't forget, but they're in hand and so forth and so on. All right, the Demon player is going to initiate a battle and gets to go first. 2 dice plus 4, trying to hit 11. Nope. Oh, yep, hit. Oh, thank goodness. 3 dice plus 4 here. Oh, 12, 13. Made it count. 17 damage to the Bronto. The Bronto now stomps back. 2 dice plus 7 to hit. That is 8, 15. That is a hit. 2 dice plus 7 damage. 5, 12 damage. He is stomping on that Behemoth. All right, play passes over to the Bronto player who draws a card. All right, so I'm going to play Hands of Fate. You and your opponent may look up to 5 cards of your opponent's deck. You may arrange them in any order. Once finished, place on the top of their deck. Well, the lightning one's going to go on top since we have Time Melts. Put the bomb up there too. Then the bigger creature there, and then that creature there. So that's that. That's what the opponent does to him. And I'll see 2, 3, 4, 5. What this opponent wants to do to this opponent. Don't like the looks of those magic cards. It's kind of useless. Would have to sack. We're going to do that. All right. Hands of Fate. All right, pretty fun. Okay, in the meantime, the Bronto is going to initiate an attack, so that means that the Behemoth goes first. That is a 7, 11, so actually hit this time. 3 dice, plus 4, 10, 12, 16 damage. I guess he hit last time. And then the Bronto stomps back. 2 dice plus 7. That is 18. That's a hit. 2 dice plus 7 damage. 4, 11 damage. All right. So now we go back to the Behemoth player. I knew he was going to draw that. And so initiates an attack, goes first. 2 dice plus 4. Oh. 8 misses. The Bronto swings back. 2 dice plus 7. That is a 14 as a hit. 2 dice plus 7 damage. 7, 14 damage. And that is enough to take out the Behemoth and add 100 to their cemetery. So they're at 311, and that is the end of the game. That kind of sneaked up on me a little bit. I wasn't really paying that close attention. I was just too busy, too focused on the battles. All right, folks. Well, this deck is victorious. I messed up the lightning cards, but like I said, it ended up kind of not really. It's kind of being a sum 0 game because of the. Well, it did do 10 extra half damage, whatever. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes things slip through when you're playing solo. Heck, even when you're playing face-to-face. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Once again, that is a Ward the card game solo duel play. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for all your support. Please continue watching and enjoying what I'm doing. And please leave some comments in the comments below. And until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.